Hi, I'm Jacqueline Pigdon from Gina Life, a place where we help you get onto a life path that you love. Welcome to Wednesday's Wisdom. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about investing in your own creative car park. What do I mean by your own creative car park? Well, what I see with so many creative people, and people are being more and more creative in everyday life situations as we move forward. And what happens to really creative people is they get lots and lots of amazing creative ideas. And so they'll open up with a project or something they're working on. They have a great idea, like, I'd love to do that. They think about it, they plan a little bit, they might even start on it, and then another creative idea pops into their head and, oh, that one. And soon enough, this just goes on and on and on, and they can have like hundreds of creative ideas pop into their heads. But what this then does, one, they open so many of those creative ideas and get them moving. There's so many of them open, there's so many ideas that it clouds them and they feel really, really overwhelmed and don't even know where to start sometimes, and then feel frustrated that nothing actually gets done. So if this is you or someone you know, please pass this video on to them, but pay attention if you're very creative, because you need to invest in a creative car park. Now, when the creative idea comes into your head and you've already got, say, 2 or 3 creative projects on the go, this new one, oh, fantastic, but you take it out of your head and you put it into your creative car park. You basically park the idea for later. Okay, and this frees up your mind not to think, oh, I must think of those great ideas. I can't lose a great idea. What if it's the greatest one and I have to sort of keep bringing it back to my memory and then distracting you from the actual projects that you've got going. So you can park it in your own creative car park. And then this frees up your time. And the other brilliant thing that the car park does is that because you've put it there, it's like planted the seed of the idea, it actually grows there. Because from time to time you might look at it, or you might pop into your head again, something might trigger it in your life, and you won't feel that you need to do it because you're focused on the ones that you've got open already, but you'll give it a little energy and it'll start to grow, and when it's time to open it, then you move it out of your creative car park and then you start to open up that project and start working on that creative idea. So I love being creative. I want to give you a little I love being creative. My mom's super creative, and I love working with her because it's just amazing how many ideas that she can get. And for example, she can be working on a wardrobe planning piece, and she'll have like, wow, I'll have these 3 garments and they'll go together here, and I'll use this pattern and this fabric, and then I'll change it and use my creative license, and then, oh, I could have another garment, and soon enough the 3 or 4 garment process can be like 10 or 12, and we have lots of fun then narrowing it down together and saying, okay, that's for the second project. We'll just park that in the creative car park for later. Okay, Mom, yes, and we'll finish these. And then I just watched her with her creative ideas and the amount she was able to implement and get things done, and she was so much more happier and satisfied because she got those momentum and she didn't feel overwhelmed. So if you're creative, I highly recommend that you get and invest in your own creative car park. Now, mate, just before I finish up on today's video, the way I do it with, for example, Wednesday's wisdom tips, I've had questions of how do you come up with the ideas of what you're going to say? And I said, well, I don't just, sometimes they come off the top of my head, but most of the time as I'm going through my life, a client will give me an idea, or I'm talking on a particular subject and I have a spreadsheet, and that's my particular creative car park, and I go to my Wednesday's Wisdom tab and I just pop the idea in there. So when it comes to a day like today where I'm doing some filming, I just look at my list and there's so many ideas for me to choose from. I'm never at a loss of ideas because they're there and I don't have to think and try and remember what was that great idea that a client gave me. It's all there listed in my creative car park. So I hope you've enjoyed today's Wednesday's Wisdom. If you have, please share it with your friends because I would love to help them as well. And until next time, I'm Jacqueline Pigdon from Gina Life, and I hope you have a fantastic day.